Good morning. This is Radha at Galactic Goddess Podcast, and it is a beautiful morning here in the Appalachian Mountains. I am outside having some chai tea with this beautiful green mountain everywhere. Everything's flourishing right now. All of the leaves are out, all the flowers are out. It's just in bloom and it's gorgeous. And today I have a very special guest. She is a Lemurian Code Healer, a shaman, and she's a teacher, an artist, a revolutionary, evolutionary woman named Maya the Shaman, and she's also my mom. So lucky to have her on today, and we're just going to be chit-chatting. Good morning, Maya.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. So, today we're just going to have a chit-chat at the round table about just what's going on in the world, energy, all that. What do you want to say, Maya?
Well, first of all, I would like to greet everybody with happy love, light, and healing, and that I hope that everybody is getting in touch with their own being to center and to find peace of mind in spite of all the many things that's going on in this world, in their lives, and just keep refocusing back into yourself. And it's a time of cleansing, so it's really necessary to cleanse your own being through healing, through meditation, through yoga, anything and everything that you can do to heal.
That's so true. I mean, I admire you so much because you're a woman that has been through probably more than anyone I know. And yet you've been so strong, and not just strong, but your heart has stayed open. Like, you're a very loving person. How do you stay loving and open even when you have tragedy after tragedy in your life?
Well, it's really important to be a spiritual being, because when you're a spiritual being, you know that you're always connected to that divine part of you, no matter what is going on in your life. And life on earth is very short, really, but it's going to shift and change, just like anything else in the history of our planet. Land shifts. There's lands that goes under the water, and there's lands that's coming out of the ocean, and just like anything else, there's nothing is permanent, and yet the only permanency is the spiritual being that we are, which is connected to our divine self. And so we connect with that no matter what's going on. We should never forget our spirituality.
That's so beautiful, and that's so true. Everything is passing through this world. We're passing through this world ourselves, and that's why it's so important to be really in the moment, to love the person that's in front of you, to tell people you love them, because life is rather short in the scheme of things. So you created this incredible modality called Lemurian Code Healing, and you are a Lemurian shaman. Your lineage is a Lemurian shamanism from the land of Mu. Could you just give us a little bit of, introduction to all of us?
Thank you. Lemurian Code Healing is about the sacred sound, love, and light. And Lemurian healing is about the shamanistic way. I came from a family of healers and shamans from the Philippines, which was a part of the lost continent of Lemuria, or Mu. And that it's been an ancient tradition to, pass down the DNA codes of shamanistic practice from one member of the family to another, and this is the indigenous way. And so my great-great-grandfather, Don Pedro, who is an amazing shaman, has passed down this sacred, beautiful DNA connection with me and to you as well, Radha. So we're all a part of the shamanic lineage here. And it is important to honor, to recognize, to respect, and to know that we are a part of that wonderful family, indigenous family that we belong to. And to know that we have a place in this world, even though, you know, many of us have failed to come up and show up because of the, you know, past very serious conquering that has taken place in the indigenous culture. We have been shut down, taken over, and our identities have been lost. But it's time. My grandmother always tells me, look at the heavens, and the time will come when a change is going to take place and the cleansing process is going to happen in this planet. And so I always look up into the heavens and get reminded by my grandmother that the time has come, and this time is this time. So it's a beautiful time, and yet it's very chaotic. It seems to be like that. So there is an illusion that is moving out of our sphere, and the reality and the truth of divine connection is taking place. So there's a shift going on, and some people call it ascension, some people call it enlightenment, and some people call it liberation or freedom from all the bondage that we as humans have been through. And we've been through a lot as human beings, all of us. And so let us recognize that. And then work on ourselves and put everything aside so that we can flow through this change that's taking place, because it's really important to have this optimistic point of view. And one master from India, Sri Sri Anandamurti, says, I am an eternal optimist, because he's a spiritual being, he's ascended master, and he knows that life on earth is just temporary and that we are always going to move up and up. And so our third dimension is moving to a fourth dimension, fifth dimension, and beyond. There's so many dimensions in this earthly plane that is connected to higher planes that we don't even know, we don't even see. Just like my great-great-grandfather Shaman, Don Pedro, said, you don't see the other dimensions that exist within this dimension, and we're all connected to that higher source.
That's so beautiful. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely feel the shift myself. You know, we've had some pretty cosmic experiences. You know, what would you say, like, for example, when we saw the dolphin and the whale and we had that ascension preview, you know, what could you say about that? And do you think that other people are going to start to also have these previews? Like, what was that experience about?
Okay, that is such a beautiful experience we had in Malibu by the ocean, seeing the dolphins and the whales come up, and you know, the light has shifted, everything looks different, feels different, there's so much more light and color around, and we just keep laughing around. You know, we feel so high. And so you know, that feeling is a preview to this energy that is going to be eventually common for all of us. So it's very important to cleanse our body, mind, and spirit, because this is what it takes for us to experience this energy, this powerful, what you may call ascension energy. And so, you know, we have to really go through the process of cleansing, physical, mental, emotional, psychological. So if you are going through an emotional havoc in your life, look at it. Stay with it and analyze and release and let go, because change is necessary, and you're only going to go towards the betterment of your life. You're going to go upward spiral. So be conscious about that, instead of feeling like you're going downward spiral, which is some people are going through right now, where they cannot handle the energy because there's so much energy coming from the central sun, which is, it's also part of the cosmic sun of this universe that we don't even know where that force is coming from, but it is coming in and it's changing our bodies, our minds, our emotions, and at some point in time, that powerful energy is going to turn human beings who are ready, to go through this process into a crystalline being of light. And this is not being talked about much, but our DNA is changing, and newborn beings are coming in who are more advanced, and they're helping into this process of moving towards the light. And so there's so much excitement really going on, but they're all hidden. And all the dark places are being exposed and cleansed. And so we got to go with the flow. There's no other way. There's only one way here, going upwards or going downwards. So choose. You want to go up, you're going to experience more bliss in your life and more enlightenment, and you're going to have everything you need. So trust the universe that's going to take you into that space and place, and be positive. That is my my only feeling about what's going on here.
That's so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Definitely have to choose. And I think, we all have to make that conscious choice, and then we have to be loving and understanding and compassionate as we are moving through. There is sort of this refinement where we're starting to see like the crude, everything crude is like blasting in our faces compared to sentient, right? And there's such a huge contrast, where you see the crude, or you feel the crude energy. It's this hard, thick, crude, I'm going to do what I want at all costs. I'm going to get what I want at all costs, whatever that may look like. But it just feels like hard energy. And what would you tell people who are struggling between the crude and the sentient, and how do they manage these energies?
Well, first of all, we have all the tools already in this world to take us to cleanse our being, learning to meditate, doing exercises, inner exercises like yoga, spending time in nature, which is of great importance. That's why I live here in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm in the forest and surrounded by enormous amount of trees and vegetations and wild animals, from bears to snakes and everything else, because it's important for us as humans to be surrounded by nature. And this is a part of the cure. Actually, talking about the cure, there is a movie that is inspired and produced by Sharon Stone, that Emmanuel Etier, yes, thank you. And it is out right now in LA. What happened exactly to that? There was a showing of The Cure, and I am blessed to be invited to be one of the participants of that, together with Deepak Chopra and all the big healers. And so there is a new energy coming out, and that is how to cure oneself from this many illness that we have. And the mental illness in the West has been a huge problem. And so it's important for all of us to look at ourselves deeply, and it's a very important part of really taking care of us and how to soothe our disturbed minds and hearts. So let us do that. You do that for yourself and get the help you needed.
And so, yes, The Cure is so exciting. It's a big movie. Excuse me, and it's going to be coming out soon. Emmanuel Etier and Sharon Stone, and it's just, there's a lot of great people in this movie. And Maya is the shaman who's going to be sharing. She's speaking in it, because it's time. It's time for the light workers, the spirited ones to come forward. They've been sort of suppressed, right? So now is the time for them to come forward. And lastly, Maya, you offer your healing services, and how can people get a hold of you?
Okay, great. You can get a hold of me through my website, www.lemuriancodehealing.com or mayadashaman.com.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for chatting with me. It's been so wonderful to have you on. You're such a wise woman, and the world really needs to hear your voice. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Radha.
Have a beautiful day and so much love, sending so much love your way. Thanks for joining us today at our Galactic Roundtable, and we're sending you so much love. Ciao.